If you haven't already, please take a second to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Also, feel free to share the video. ICMTU, which stands for I Can't Make This Up, is a live comedy show hosted by AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. ICMTU brings people together from different backgrounds by sharing true stories that have happened in their lives. This episode sponsor is Freetown Road Project. So, if you're in Jersey City, make sure you stop by the Freetown Road Project. Listen, they've got West Indian cuisine. I just had a neighbor ask me, hey man, you know where I can get some West Indian cuisine? Hell yeah, I do. Right at the Freetown Road Project. It's located at 640 Newark Ave, Jersey City, New Jersey. So when you're in Jersey City, make sure you stop by there. Listen, I'm going to tell you a little bit of what they have. They have stewed chicken, curry chicken, stewed snapper, and braised oxtail. Yes. They have oxtail and they have it in stock. So if you go to this West Indian cuisine and you ask for the oxtail, guess what you're going to get? Oxtail. That's right. All right. So again, if you're in Jersey City, make sure you stop by the Freetown Road Project. All right. Again, please do that. Now, time to get it started. And now, please welcome your host, AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. Hey, what's good? Hello. Hey. We here on a Thursday night. We made it another week. Celebrate, yeah, celebrate. Always time to celebrate, celebrate. Thank you to everybody that has made it out tonight. I appreciate you. Yes. Ooh, excuse me. Man, that's how you know we live. All right. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is I Can't Make This Up. I'm AJ Dunk. Now, I'm not just going to get into it because nobody just goes to work and starts working immediately. And if you do, kudos to you. Keep doing your thing. Now, I'm going to give you some time to get your sips. Show so hot, it gave you gas. Yeah, that's the gas you heard. You might not have heard the other gas, but we got gas, baby. Hey, fuel. So I'm going to give you all time to get your sips, get your smokes, and take your shits. All right. So if you want to go get your drink, go get your drink. I got mine right here. If you want to get your smokes, get your couple of puffs, go ahead and get your puffs. And if you want to get your shits, if it's shitting on somebody or taking an actual shit, go ahead and do what you do. Okay. Now, while we do that, I'm going to get some sounds for us all, and we're going to get it going. All right? So, go ahead and get ready for the show. That bass, baby. That bass, baby. That bass, baby. Yeah. We feel it. You feel it. That work vibe. Getting that work vibe. Yeah. Ooh. color we going with today? What color tie? What color tie? We try to guess what color tie? What color tie? We going camouflage. Let's get it. Ooh, ooh. We going camouflage. Let's get it. We going camo. Bring that bass in. It's not that bass though, but we got it. Yeah. Oh, we're here. Yeah, you better. Yeah, that's what you need to. Say bye-bye to that, man. We getting money. Yeah. Sipping on the good life. Woo. Yes. I'll address that in a second. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Everybody that's getting them sips in. If you're getting them sips and you can hear me, you can come back over to your screen. You take a peek. All right. Come back over. The smokes. If you're allowed to smoke, if you got a smoking section where you can watch, come back on over. If you're still doing it, you know what I mean? Handle your handle. And if you shitting on somebody, ease up. Ease up. You had enough time to do that. All right. Let's ease up on them. Ease up on them. And if you taking an actual shit, take your time. All right. Not force it. You are going to regret it later on. Just relax yourself and let it go. And then I saw, yes, AJ's got the baldy. And I do. That's right. Because certain places of my hair are getting thin. Oh, I can't make this up, and I'm keeping it real. Yes. And like you said, hemorrhoids is a real problem. So those are people that are stressed and all, it's going to show up right there. So, you know what I mean? Just take it easy. Take it easy. Nice and easy, baby. Nice and easy. So yes, this is going to be the look from now on. You got the authority beard with the old man baldy. That's what we working with, and that's what it is. All right. Now, there's only one other thing that we have to do. It's only right. This is how we start the show. We can't start the show any other way without the sounds from the one and only band, Salt, Pepper, Ketchup, spelled all. You don't know who the salt is. You don't know who the salt is. You don't know who the ketchup is. And you know who the pepper is. But they're all one with my guy, Jesus from the Bodega on the vocals.
You know I can't make this up. Neither can I guess. That's why we have fun here. You know we can't make this up. Neither can I guess. That's why we have fun here. Yeah. I can't make this up, baby. Ya tú sabes, coño. Ahí lo fuimos.
Welcome to another episode of I Can't Make This Up. I'm your host, AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. You can find me at www.ajdunk.com. And from there, you've got my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter. It's all located at ajdunk.com. So once you're done here enjoying another episode of I Can't Make This Up, I want you to head over to ajdunk.com and you get to view old episodes that have came out where the stories, listen, that's all, listen, the stories, you hear them stories, you're gonna be like, hold on, what did they say? Yeah, run that back. Because there's stories that I still have to go click on and be like, wait a minute, you said what now? Huh? And they are true stories. Listen, that's you just have to go there once you're done here enjoying this episode. Make your way over to ajdunk.com, please, because it's not just those stories. I've also got stand-up, I've got sketch. There's a lot of things for you to enjoy at ajdunk.com. And when you go there, make sure you subscribe, please. You see what it's saying right down there? You see how I was telling you? Subscribe. Just click the button, because then you don't have to contact me to say, hey, AJ, when are you having a show again? It's going to do it for you. That's what the subscribe button does. You press subscribe and they send you a message saying, hey, guess who's live right now? Guess who's got new content right now? Guess where you should be going right now? ajdunk.com, baby. So just do yourself that favor. All right? Do some justice. Go to ajdunk.com and hit that subscribe button. All right. Hey, it is that time. Listen, I have a special guest here today. I consider all my guests to be special if they're taking the time out of their day to be on an episode of I Can't Make This Up. Time is something that you can't get back. So if you give time, it's priceless. So I appreciate guests for giving their time. Now, I would like people, I don't care where you are, if you are in the library, start clapping your hands. If you are at a funeral, start clapping your hands. If you are in a nursing home and people got that beep, beep, they really need it. Start clapping your hands, all right? Start clapping your hands. Put your hand together for my special guest today, Javier Paden.
I'm over here clapping myself. How's it going, man?
You are. You're clapping for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. Be your own hype, man. Listen.
Yeah, man, you gotta hype. You gotta hype. You know what? I'm clapping for me, and I'm clapping for you, HA, and I'm clapping for everyone who's with us. It's not easy being anymore, you know. So it's great. It's great if you could be here, literally and figuratively, right?
Right. I hear you. Listen, anybody that's above the age of 6 right now, this year, they understand too.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's a lot. And also, the short hair looks good, man. The short hair looks good. I've seen you with long hair, seen you with short hair, and it looks good. You got a good head for it. I shaved my head when I was wrestling in high school, and I learned that I have a real weird, like, I got a cliff. It just like falls. The back of my head is just like flat, and it just kind of goes up to a point. So I don't have a good head for shaved. you got a good head for it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see once I spin around. Maybe if I spin around, because the back could be completely flat. We don't know. We might find out. So, Javi, how are you doing this lovely Thursday evening?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm psyched. I get to do this show right now, and then I got a comedy show over at the old UCB Chelsea, now the Alchemy? Alchemical? Asylum. That's it. But I'm getting old, so that's where I'm losing all the words. But yeah, I'm doing something over at the Asylum at 10 as a part of the North Coast Comedy Festival. Just launched the comedy theater recently, Rubbish Comedy. We got shows and classes. Today was our big announcement for our in-person live show on October 23rd. And that's a big deal because we're giving birth to this baby, and boy, it's the only baby I'm ever going to be okay having. Because it's a lot of fucking work, man. Kids are too much.
And because you're a man, it'd be hard for you to have a baby.
That's true. Yeah, this is. Yep. Yeah, you fucking nailed it, bro.
Doing a show at the Alzheimer's Theater. You come to see the show and you forget it as soon as you leave. Yep.
Oh,
Once we hit
fuck
1,000
yeah.
subscribers, I'll spin around and you'll get to see. I could have a freaking tattoo on the back of like that little boy that be peeing on everything. It could be on the back of my head. I don't know. We'll find out. All right. Now, Javi, I like to check in with my guests because I get guests that come from all over. I've had guests from Colombia. I've had guests from California. I have guests that have been literally in the closet trying to get service in the bathroom, all that. So today I am checking in from Jersey City. Where is it that you are checking in from?
I'm just across the Hudson in Manhattan, but
Okay.
not as not right across. I'm up in Midtown. So yeah,
Okay.
just right there.
All right, Manhattan,
Yeah, man.
Manhattan. All right. We know that in Jersey City, next time you like are by like the Hudson, look over to the Jersey side and see if you see this big old white statue of this girl, and she like this. It looks ridiculous from here. Yeah,
Where's that?
they put it down
Like
by
by
all right.
Paula's Point, Paula's Hook.
I don't know. Listen, don't get me the lion. I just know that there's a Colgate clock, and if you go
Yeah,
more north, there is a girl, and I mean like a big ass head, huge, maybe
wow.
40 feet high, and she's there like this.
Damn, that's awkward. That's like really. That's what's
Very.
the point of that?
Yep. See, by the Colgate clock, exactly. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta check it. I gotta check that out. I was over in Jersey City on 4th of July. My homegirl Melissa Ujoa from Chucho, she lives over there with her boyfriend, and we went and spent 4th of July over there. We like saw all the fireworks from like both everywhere. It was fun. I like it. I dig Jersey City.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. It was a nightmare because I brought my wife out there, and she don't like to travel, and I decided to be creative and go like, oh, I mean, she don't like to go like long distances. She likes to travel. She likes to go to like destinations and places and like. But when
I
it's
was about to say,
yeah, yeah,
like
I was
I
like,
would.
it's gonna be 4th of July. It'll be fun. It's a nice day. That we'll take the ferry, and the ferry was only running on a limited schedule. We ended up going further north into Jersey, not Hoboken, to Bergen. We were in Bergen. That's like where it dropped us. And then we went on Bergen. We got on the light rail all the way at the end, all the way down. So it took like 3 hours to get somewhere. It should have taken like literally maybe 40 minutes if we went the right way, but we didn't. That's
like running an errand. She doesn't like running errands, and I don't blame her.
That's right. Yeah. That's the truth. Yeah, that's the absolute truth. But it's like that thing where when it shouldn't happen is when it does happen. So I just like proved her right. Why,
Yep.
it's yeah.
It could just be an excuse for you to travel places by yourself. So if you needed some alone time, hey, listen.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
All right. Are you ready for me to explain to everybody what is about to happen?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So I'm talking to you that's over on Instagram. I'm talking to you that's on YouTube. I'm talking to you that's on Twitch. I'm talking to you on ajdunk.com. If this is your 100th time watching, if this is your second time watching, if this is your first time watching, if you just clicked on YouTube and you don't even know what YouTube is and you trying to ask your grandson, hey, what is this that I'm watching? Don't worry. I'm going to explain it to you. So relax and enjoy. So on I Can't Make This Up, the host, myself, AJ Dunk, spelled all caps, invite guests to tell true stories that have happened in their life. Now, my guest today, Javi, is going to share a true story that has happened in his life. Now, while he is telling this story, I want you to comment. Comment. Type, enter, whatever it may be. Keep commenting. I'm going to be listening to Javi. I'm going to be reading your comments, and I'm also going to be marking down my own comments right here in this book, because once he is done telling the story, I am going to be asking questions. Hold on, what? Yes, yes. You can ask questions too. So while you're commenting, if you come up with a question, put a question mark after your comment. Put a couple question marks maybe so I can see it. So if you want to say, Javi, are you right now trapped in a room because you were taking your wife on a trip and that's all she allows you to be in is that white wall? If that pertains to the story, ask it. SOS, SOS. So, so if that pertains to the story, ask it, and it could be potentially asked. All right. So once again, comment, comment, comment. I'm reading the comments. I am listening to Javi, and I am also making my own comments. Now, there's one last thing I have to ask you before we do this. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a serious question.
Okay.
Right.
What's up?
I would like to know. Okay.
¿Qué
Do
pasó?
you pinky promise that this story is true?
Yeah. Pinky promise. Yeah, for sure.
Pinky promise. Okay. All right.
Yo. Hold on. Since we pinky promised, and hold on. Come back. That ain't let go. Will you pinky promise to let me know if I should tell you something funny or something more emotional?
I'm always picking funny.
Okay, good. Okay. I'm down with that.
All right.
Pinky promise.
Double pinky promise. First time, baby. First time. All right. If you would, please share your story that you cannot make up.
Fuck yeah. So the only reason I said that even was because I was thinking something, but I'm glad. My mom passed away, and so I was going to tell you a story about my mom, but it's a little bit, it's hard to talk about all that stuff. So,
yeah,
but I never told it before either. This is better. I got a better story for you. I'll come back on another time, and I'll tell you a story about my mom after I work it out. So the story that is pinky promise true is about me for sure. I grew up in South Carolina. Well, hold on. Let me start from the beginning, right? You got to start at the beginning. Yeah, it's true. I almost didn't. I was like, damn, we're getting close. So I was born in the Bronx, and we moved to Puerto Rico when I was a kid. Lived in Puerto Rico until I was 13. And then
I'm ready, baby. Come on now. I'm ready. Hey.
Puerto Rico. Lived in Puerto Rico till I was 13, and then we moved to South Carolina. And this bounce around a whole lot of stuff. So this story is about when I moved to DC. After school, after getting out of everything, I was independent on my own. I had already started a job that wasn't they weren't hiring full time. This was in 20. That's the truth. Yeah, it's the truth. This is 2010 when I moved to DC. I had just gotten out of college in 2009. And something fun about 2009 is there was no jobs anywhere. It was basically the recession, the housing market shit happened. So I was working a part-time job processing mail overnight. And was finally had enough change, paper had pulled together, and I was starting to rent an apartment. And I went and signed the lease, and about a week before I was supposed to move in officially on the lease, I was trying to remember the date, and it was March 13th. For some reason, it sticks out in my mind. So supposed to move in March 13th. I was doing a bunch of comedy at the time at Washington Improv Theater, right? So for some reason, I had my car at the back of the theater for a couple of days. And mind you, I'm basically going to and from. I think I had maybe crashed at a friend's house in DC because I was drinking or something. I didn't want to drive out of DC into Virginia where I was living, because Virginia cops don't play, man.
Oh, yeah.
I made the mistake of driving a Camaro around, like a 96 Camaro, like maybe 10 miles over the speed limit in like a 35. And I had cops running up to my window because I had no place to pull over, right? It's a Camaro. It's like, couldn't just pull over onto the road, side of the road. They ran up to my like window with guns drawn on me because I drove like an extra half a mile. But anyways, I digress, and I'll keep on doing this. So if I start going
that's not even the story. Okay, all right.
No, that's not even the story. So I was basically living out of my car at the time. I was working. I was doing improv at Washington Improv Theater. I was teaching classes. I was also like performing on like a bunch of different teams, and we would hang out. So after the shows were done, we would normally go and grab drinks. But all the bars closed down either at midnight or 2:00 in DC, because it's very much like not like a party kind of city. Baltimore, as they call it, the locals call it. It's that's a party city. That's a fun place to be at. So I'm leaving the bar after hanging out with my improv team at the time. And we were just a new Herald team that had formed with Washington Improv Theater. So it was like one of those bonding, like everybody's like loving each other. But I didn't drink so much that I couldn't go home afterwards. So yeah.
Okay.
So I go up to the car. I'm like, it's probably been there maybe definitely that full day and the day before. And as I unlock the driver's side door, I see like this shadowy like figure, and mind you, the lights that are right behind the theater are like piss yellow, like much more yellow. Like this is like a pale yellow shirt. I'm talking about like dehydrated pee.
Oh,
like
I know what you're
very
about.
very like this yellow. This is the color of the lights that is behind the theater. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And now I see, and there's only like 2 or 3 of them. And one's over my car, one's over a little bit down this alleyway, but it's removed, right? There's an alleyway to get into behind the theater. And so this shadowy figure I see just kind of lift up from the back passenger side of the car. And I look over and I see, indeed, it's a person pulling himself out of the car that's my car. And I was like, that's a surreal moment. You know what I mean? Where you are like, wait a second, like where reality all of a sudden is like, boom, you're wrong. What you thought was happening is not happening. And what's really happening, you didn't even know it could happen. So, like, mind you, like this like bright yellow light, it looks like a comic book almost. And in my brain, I'm like immediately like Batman. Like if it was a different situation and the guy had killed my parents, I would have become Batman for sure. Like for real. So I did the most intimidating thing I could do at the time and just like shock, right? And I see this guy and I'm like, wait. And I go, hey. And that's it. That's all I could say was, hey, right? Like, and I yell at this guy. And so like immediately I'm out of breath just because I'm like hyped. I'm like really into it. Plus I go and I run around to the other side of the car, which isn't that far, but I'm a big boy. So I'm like, I'm already like way too, when you're like, and I was ready for it. And I look at the guy, I see that the window's broken in, and I grab his arm and I'm like, what did you take? Right? Like this is like maybe right 2010. This is like 10, 11 years ago. I'm stupider than and I'm pretty stupid now, but I was way stupider then. Like you shouldn't put your hands on anyone, even if they broke into your car, because you don't know what's going to happen. And unless you're prepared for that. And clearly I was out of breath from the other side of the car, So I grab him and I'm like, hey, what did you take? What did you take? And I'm holding this guy and he's like clearly wigged out, man. He's like, my car was a mess, right? I had like 12 packs of Diet Mountain Dews that I had gotten on sale when I went shopping last, and filled with clothes and papers and like things that I have, like I would be like, I don't smell too bad. I can wear it again. I just put it in the backseat of the car because I'm like basically living out of it. So it looked like he had been there for a while, but he really wasn't. He had maybe just gotten in there for a little bit. So I grab his arm. I'm telling him, "What'd you take? What'd you take?" And he's like, "Man, I didn't take anything." And you know, people who are addicted to drugs, maybe, or living, you know, a life where they're breaking into cars and just making new residences inside of them. Maybe they're not going to be honest, you know, if they took something. So I was like, okay, no, what'd you take? So I kept on asking, and he puts his hand in his pocket, and I'm like, okay, great, he's going to give me back what he took, and then this will be the end of it, right? This is like telling you I'm dumber, much dumber than I am now. And his arm locks out, right? After he puts his arm in his pocket, I'm holding this arm right here. He puts this arm in his pocket and it locks out. And I see he starts like swinging towards me. I mean, because I'm holding his arm. And what I see in my mind is like a fucking machete. I'm seeing like a big, huge thing. I realized later on it's like a flathead screwdriver. That's all you really need to break a lot of windows. It was just a long flathead. But still, that should, if I don't know if it caught me at the wrong angle. Yeah. It wouldn't have been great. So I let go, and he's got some form. He's coming at me like he's done this before. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's got a little bit of that offensive thing going, right? And so I let go immediately. As soon as I see his arm lock up, that part of my brain kicks in. Is like, oh, that could be a knife, and let go. And then we just have this moment where we both look at each other like, all right, well, what are you going to do? You know, there's like that beat and everything sort of gets silent, and we kind of look at each other, and he decides before me, and he just dips and he like runs, and he's got speed on him. You know what I mean? He's got that Red Balls speed, you know, and I got me speed. Look at me. Like I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2", but I'm like 250, 260 when pandemic weight is on full time, like 260 easy. That's probably now. So I'm running after this guy, and
now you chasing him.
Yeah, like what the fuck am I gonna do? We're running through an alleyway. Like I already had him in my arms, you know what I mean? I mean, I had him in my hands. I wasn't like had him in my arms, but I had him in my hands, and I didn't know what to do. What am I gonna do when I catch him again? Like I already caught the dude, you know? Like, so ultimately, I don't know. We ran probably like maybe 50 feet before I was like, I can't keep up with this. And why am I even trying? And you know, when I'm smoking at the time, so like your lungs like burn. You know, where you like, I don't know if you smoke, but it's not a good thing. But you get that same feeling when it's like cold outside and you breathe in real quick. All of a sudden, it feels a little bloody, like right here. I'm like
maybe a little asbestos in your lungs.
Yeah. And I ran literally like 50 yards, but I'm still like winded, all this crazy shit. And so I call some friends. They're still like in the area because we had just wrapped up from the bar. And I just remember now, my buddy who came over there, his name's Satish, God bless him. He passed away from cancer like a year ago. But he came over and he was like, he's just like hung out with me. He was like, you got to call the police. And my buddy Charles St. Charles, who's up here in New York, he's my best friend. He's funny as shit. He's like, yeah, well, you didn't make the right choice. Right. I was like, yep, thank you. So I do this police report, and it. Only because of like insurance shit, because the window was broken, and that was probably the biggest pain in the ass, was that like the glass was everywhere. So like the window, replacing it was whatever, but getting all of that stuff cleared out and the things that were like messed up. Plus, don't ever do this. I had a shit ton of clothes in the car, and now there's a bunch of glass inside of them, so it's all complicated. So anyways, that's my crazy. Oh, and the police told me, here's the last thing. Police told me if I see him again, because, you know, the area I was at was 13th Street is where the theater was, and he said the people like that bounce around and do this stuff bounce around in that same area. So if I see him again, they have a second sighting law in DC. So if I see him, he doesn't have to have committed a crime, but because he tried to stab me with a weapon, I could just tell the police and they would come and get him. I'll say, whatever. What I'm going to start doing, like eyeballing like people on the street, is like trying to recognize them and like see if they remember me from that day, and like, like thank them from helping me move into DC and making like my whole experience, feel like authentic and valid.
Oh,
So that's it.
oh. Yo, so you said there was so much shit in your car.
Yeah, man.
That he got in your car.
Yeah.
Did he do so? And you're like, what did you take? What did you take? You were really worried that he took some Mountain Dew or like some old draws.
I wasn't even. No, I it's just that stupid shit. It's like that stupid shit that you don't even think about, and you just like, I need to fix this. Something happens. Something went wrong, and I need to fix this. And I ended up finding out what he took, because I had to do it for like insurance stuff. It was an old GPS, like when like the Garmin's that had like the real thick everything. The screen is like this big, and old that finally been missing. It was the GPS and the an old Game Boy, which now in retrospect I would be like, but whatever. And also, what is he going to do with it? If he's living on the streets breaking into like cars, what does he need a GPS for? And then the Game Boy, I get it. He's probably going to sell it or something. And yeah. No, that wouldn't. I would. Yeah. That wouldn't work for me. I don't got that coolness that Bronson's got. That culo. But yeah. Game Boys take all those batteries and it costs a lot of money to play with. So what's he?
He needed something to do. If he's in the car chilling, you left it there for a day. He's got he's got that light to accommodate the old Game Boy. Those are the same kind of lights, so he can look at it.
That's actually true. That's you fucking nailed it. That's exactly right. That's like the perfect light to be like playing against and having like just enough contrast that you can see what you're doing. I fucking love it. I would like to live this story out through his perspective, and him just be like chilling. He's like, oh cool, I found a spot, and then he's got a Game Boy and he's like, yeah, fucking enjoying himself. And this asshole me comes and opens and like is like, hey.
Yeah, it was already there for him. Like, come on now. You got the perfect lighting. You got Mountain Dew. You got your own pillow made in there. Oh my gosh, yeah. And also, you need the GPS to find other cars. Of course. And if he would have started the car, he could have used it.
Starting route.
I have to ask, did he clean up at all while he was there? Was he a good guest?
No, I mean, but to be fair, have you ever seen it like a rat's nest, like an actual like rat's nest of shit? I just cleared out my grandparents' house in Puerto Rico, and some rats got in there because nobody was living there, and they left the toilet seats up. Also, if people are gonna leave ever for an extended period of time, make sure you put the toilet seats down and put something on top, because rats will come up, and if they can get away with it, they'll be there for a minute. So it's just a pile of shit that they pull in, tear up, and everything. That's what my car looked like, and it was just me, not rats. That was it.
And then also, I wrote down one other thing. Now, you had his hand, okay? You were like this, and then he pulled out this screwdriver, like the Michael Jackson video. And he went to get you.
Yeah.
And then you let go or whatever, and then he started running. Now, when you chased him, did you grab anything out of your car to use as a weapon if you were to catch him?
No, it was literally, we made eye contact, and it was like, what are you gonna do? Like that kind of look. That's like, and then he like Speedy Gonzalez sounds, just, and when I was running after him, I was like, you better run. As if like that's like he knows that he's running already. what is that? What am I? But I'm telling you, man, I was like 24, 25, real stupid, real stupid.
And then, wait a minute. When you grabbed his hand, was he in the car? Was he in the car when this whole
No,
thing
because
was
he had
happening?
already pulled himself out of like imagine if my back is against the window. He like the window is broken. He pulled himself from the car, like holding the roof, like here, and then like lifted himself up and was already like by the time his feet were on the ground, I was like, hey! And I ran around and I didn't grab his hand. I grabbed like he was wearing. It was cold at the time. He was wearing like a jacket, and so I grabbed like right here on the jacket. But it was with my right hand, his like left arm, and then we were basically like, yeah, Michael Jackson beat it, and he came in, and I was like, wow. I'm like, oh, this shit.
So he broke the sunroof.
No, it was the back side window, so it wasn't me. But there was like a thing he could have broken anything. It was the back passenger, and then he like lifted himself out. I don't know. It's weird to describe. Like imagine
Wait.
because he was sitting in the back seat. You know what I mean?
Wait. Wait, yes, that. But also, you said so he exited through the sunroof, right?
He exited through the back passenger window. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was about to say, if you were saying that he exited through the sunroof, I'm like, no, this man was living it up. He broke in the back window. He hotwired your car, opened the sunroof so he can get more light on his Game Boy.
Yeah. And I saw that the comment there. He didn't like. I think he wanted to be like sneaky and quiet. That's why he didn't open the door. But he should have. He should have opened. Like he could have just been like, open the door and be out. But he was like, he almost like a mime. Like imagine, you don't think about this, but like you ever see like those cartoons or something where people are like tiptoeing, but like
Trying
this
to
is
get away
like
from the light.
yeah, this is like the thief. He's the vandal. He broke into the car. He's like moving himself out and like sliding around and just being real. He's like, he was a pro, man.
Yeah, I was just about to pull this one up. Peep this. We learned a hell of a lot today. Number 1, don't grab a stranger. Number 2, don't chase.
Yeah, it's true.
Number 3, if someone reaches for their pocket, run. Why wait?
That's a good one.
Number 4, keep all toilet seats down and with heavy weight applied to keep rats from coming. That one could rotate. That's the most important thing I heard today. Number 5, keep the cars clean to avoid rats' nests.
Yeah,
and to avoid people that want to go into a man cave, a car cave.
It's true. I'm glad I could spread the knowledge, spread my own lessons. Then leave Mag's class I took. Better that than leave Mag's class I took. What does that say? This is better than that. Leave Mag's class I took. What's leave Mag's?
They'll probably explain in the next message.
Oh, okay.
If I'm quiet for certain reasons. Oh man! Oh, have you left your car like that? Have you left your car at another place like that since then?
No, man. No, I haven't. I learned this. I should have learned this in DC before that, actually, because I was living in Virginia and somebody broke into the Camaro, that Camaro that I had, and
they pulled over with 10 miles.
I learned this the first time too. The amount of force it takes to open a soda can. That's about the amount of force you need if you get one of those flathead screwdrivers in the window jamb on a car. If you just put it in there, it's like, and that's it. And the whole thing, because it's supposed to like shatter, right? It's supposed to like break apart so that people can get in and out or whatever. So it's like made that way on purpose. It don't take much. And that time they got my old iPod. I didn't even think about it. I had it sitting on the floor.
Like a classic?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. That's yeah, man. These are the lessons. Stupid lessons. Boricua. Cacique, aquí, papi, cacique.
That would have been some shit if you would have grabbed him and he would have been like, ah! He would've tried- oh my gosh. All right. If anybody has any last minute questions, comments, concerns, whatever they may be, please submit them now. Okay. Now, Javi, I have to ask you. This is what you could have done. A little bit of Puerto Rican judo.
You don't know.
But you don't know?
Yeah.
All right. So, Javi, I have to ask you. From the time I ask all my guests this, so it's not like I'm putting you on the spot or anything like that. So, I would like to know from the time that you have entered this episode until the time that we say goodbye to you in this episode. Now, if some other comments or concerns come in, questions, then we'll pop them up. But from then until now, how would you like people to remember you?
I think I would just say to remember people, everybody does something dumb. You know, remember everybody does something dumb. And people do a lot of dumb things and they continue. Like even today, I did something I shouldn't have done. I know I shouldn't have done it, but I was like, you know what? It might work out. I'm going to do it anyways. And I was lucky. It did work out so far, you know what I mean? But that's probably it. Just everyone does dumb things. Do less of them, or at least weigh them out so that you know what you're getting yourself into if you get consequences you don't want.
Well put.
I know. I'm trying to like think the words of all the. It's been a long day, man. It's been a long day.
It'd have been even longer if you would have ran back into that guy.
Yeah. I mean, don't catch someone if you don't know what to do. How about that? Don't grab someone if you don't know. I'm a better man because I'm a married man and wife keeps me. That's right. That's what I meant. That's what you nailed it. That's it. That's the truth. The truth. Yeah. Yep.
Don't go on any more errands, okay?
Yeah. No. Long trips. Yeah, exactly. Fuck. I'm still dumb. You see what I mean? I'm still dumb. That's another example of like, yeah, that's true. It's true, man.
We'll just
take a 3-hour trip into fucking Jersey City from Midtown. I could have grabbed a boat, a little paddle boat, and been there.
You could have swam.
Yeah. Nah, I get too out of breath too fast. You know what I mean?
Well, continue being you, my friend.
Thank you, AJ. Dunk, all caps.
Thank you. Now, before we say goodbye to you, is there anything that you would like to promote? Anything that you have coming up? Anything that you want to tell the people to keep their eyes out for?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll do it real quick because I know I know I can talk for fucking ever. So the 17th. Hey! The 17th, Rubbish Comedy Collective. So I've been, like I said earlier, I've been doing improv for over like a decade. I've been teaching since 2011, and just launched a comedy theater with some other comedians who are part of the scene doing other stuff. I did a bunch of stuff at Magnet Theater and a bunch of stuff at UCB. They've done a lot of stuff at UCB and done like cool stuff around the country. So we've come together. We started putting our minds together to try to do something cool and different for the scene. I'm teaching a workshop, a drop-in improv workshop. So if anybody's interested, rubbishcomedy.com. It's October the 17th. It's a drop in. What else? Oh, October 23rd, we have our first live in-person show. We got some really amazing comedians lined up for it. I'm going to do a character there too. Yeah, rubbishcomedy.com. So yeah, that's it. That's all. And I got a show tonight at the Asylum at 10. If anybody wants to come to that as a part of the North Coast Comedy Festival.
All right. So
I love funnies, man. I love funnies.
there you go. If anybody is in that area right there and you are able to make it, go ahead, drop in. All right. And then look right here, Rubbish Comedy. Okay.
Yeah,
Boom.
that's it. Look, there we go. Yeah, we're doing some
Log
cool
on.
things. We got a real a real big mission. Go to well, yeah, you can see on the about page whenever you want, but you can see our mission on the about page and all sorts of like cool things that I'm secretly trying to fucking change the whole world, man,
Well,
through
I'll,
comedy.
I won't stop. I'll scroll a little bit quick so they can.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
There we go. There
I
we
appreciate you.
No doubt, no doubt. All right. Now, before we say, let's see, any other comments? Nope. Before we say goodbye to you, any last words that you would like to leave with the people?
Be smart and be safe, and if you can't be safe, have fun.
All right, brother. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. Handle your handle. Bring the funny tonight.
Thank you.
No doubt. And also, I'm a better man because I'm a married man and a wife. He keeps me in check now. All right, everybody. Let's get into what we have learned today. But before that, we got to take a vote. We've got to take a vote. Now, if you believe this story, in the comments, let me get in all caps. All right. If you believe this story in the comments, let me get in all caps. Now, if you think this story is fake, let me get a nah ho. All right. So if you believe this story, let me get in all caps. And if you think this story is fake, let me get a nah ho. All right. Now let's get into what we have learned today. All right. So if you go into your car, your own car, and you see a shadow in there, do not run up into it and say, hey, because that's going to cause a response. You can keep a safe distance and observe. Because if they're in there and they're playing Game Boy and sipping Mountain Dew, I don't know if you really want to disturb them. Okay? And also, remember, keep all toilet seats down and with heavy objects applied to keep rats from coming. Right? Number 4, keep all toilet seats down with heavy weight applied to keep rats from coming. Listen, I learned that, and I know you learned that today too. All right. Thank you. Oh, we've got some all caps. Yeah. Another all caps. Yeah. Clap it up for my man. Yeah. Spooky. What's up, keeping dudes from coming? Yeah, listen. And guess what? If your guests can't lift it, then they don't need to be going to the bathroom there. All right. I'm gonna start doing that too. When guests come over, they be like, yo, can I use your toilet? Sure. Can you lift what's on the toilet? If not, keep your ass out. So once again, I would like to thank my guest, Javi, for coming in today and sharing that story. Here he is right there. Boom. Thank you to my guest for taking the time out of his day. I greatly appreciate it. Time is not something that you can get back. And if a guest gives time to come onto an episode and share a true story that has happened, I appreciate it greatly, because guess what? They don't have to relive that moment. And then we're going to talk about it and make fun of it. I appreciate it greatly. So thank you to Javi for coming and sharing that story. Again, My name is AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. You can find me at www.ajdunk.com. From there, you've got my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter. You've also got my YouTube page. So if you go to ajdunk.com, you can see videos that I've put up in the past. And guess what? You can take those videos and there's a button there that says share, and you can send that to a friend. So you can tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that you know this friend. All right. So go to ajdunk.com and you subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. All right. Now, for those of you that really don't get it, I'll tell you one more time. My name is AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. Don't forget, laughter's always in style, and let them know, man.